Hi everybody, welcome to the GEICO 15-minute Moto Show. Today, we're back at Southern Country Customs. We're going to talk to the 1989 NASCAR Cup Series champion, Rusty Wallace. How are you, Rusty?
I've been doing fantastic, thank you.
Good. I know motorcycling has been a huge passion for you. How did you get there?
I got started in the motorcycle business and the love of it basically through Mike Helton with NASCAR. Mike took us to Sturgis 19 years ago for the very first time. And that trip was amazing. I got hooked on it, got really excited, and took a lot of our friends. Of late, we've had Don Perdome, we've had Clint Boyer, we've had many different personalities go with us to Sturgis. But Sturgis is what hooked me, but Mike Helton started it all.
What was it about motorcycling that did it for you? Because you had the opportunity to get into a lot of different things, and you've loved golf, you've tried a lot of different things, but what was it about motorcycling that struck a chord?
I think it was the people. The people are just really cool. I get to see, instead of seeing the same crowd every single week at a NASCAR race, which is cool, I get to see different people that really appreciated NASCAR racing, but really love motorcycles. And then when you look at it, the lifestyle they live, I mean, this open road, and especially out in Sturgis where everything's so open and so many activities going on. And then you look down, the racer in me comes out, and I look at these bikes, and they're so cool. I mean, the paint, the horsepower, all the stuff, man, I just got hooked, dude. I was in 19 years ago, but I've never been as serious about it as I am right now.
Yeah. When you were racing, obviously you had the ultimate thrills behind the wheel, right? Speed was never a problem for you. Right. Are you fast on the motorcycle, or do you slow the world down when you're on the motorcycle?
No, on the motorcycle, I slow the world way down. But what's crazy is the motorcycles are super high horsepower. I'm not going to call super high horsepower, but they're fast bikes. I mean, they're 150-mile-an-hour motorcycles, and they sound like top field dragsters when they run. So I like them to be loud. I like them to be exciting. I like them to look really sexy. I like the exhaust coming out the side. You know, I like all that stuff.
Is it something about the rumble of the engine? Does it remind you of the race car? Is it soothing in a way?
It's soothing in a way, but when you look at the bikes that I hang with and that we build, they're not just a over-the-road cruiser that's just super quiet and it's got every amenity on it that you could possibly imagine that's going to make you comfortable. Heated seats, heated grips, all that stuff. I like the sexy, high horsepower looking bikes, you know. I want them to sound like my race car. Yeah. I want them to sound like a pro stock drag car if I want them to do that, you know. So I like that style of bike.
Were you able to find time? Because to race in NASCAR, it's an all-consuming thing. How were you able to balance a passion for motorcycling with the day job?
The only way I could really enjoy the motorcycles as much as I wanted to was retire. And, you know, I finally hung it up after the 2005 season in NASCAR, and I loved everything I did there. But by hanging my head up driving the car, it let me focus on more things. The car dealership business that we got, fun things like the motorcycles, fun things like golfing, fun things like going to Mexico like we do a lot. And I was able to do more things in life than I could, but NASCAR was fantastic to me. But then, when I had more time now, we got involved in this motorcycle business and I just really took a liking to it. And the coolest thing is that my son is the master builder, and my partner Brian Wade and myself, us three are really actively involved in this. And it gave me time to do all this type of things and meet more people yet. When I mean meet more people yet, now we're meeting builders. I mean, you're talking like Covington, you're talking about Curly's, you're talking about Dirty Bird, you know, out in Arizona, you're talking about Cody with Voodoo Bike Works. Guys like that, really cool dudes that know what they're talking about. And it let me have more time to spend with them and understand their quality of work and what they do. And so I'm just, like I said earlier, I'm hooked on this thing. I'm having a blast with it.
So Southern Country Customs has become very successful. But would you say that maybe the most successful part of it is that you and your son Steven are able to find a way to connect?
Yeah. I would say that's probably it. You know why? Because we're not competing on the racetrack any longer. I don't have all this enormous pressure on me to take care of a sponsor. Our hope that that car runs better the next week, our hope that, you know, we found that little thing. Now we're just building quality stuff that's not getting tore up, and we're able to just have fun doing it. The quality of work that Steven's doing is just unbelievable. He's a master fabricator, master builder. And we got the right people around us too. Great painters, great wheel manufacturers, great people that were the products that we're using. And we just don't hang our hat on one product. I mentioned all those different builders. You know, I'm using all their stuff. Arlen Ness, you know, Curly's. We're using Voodoo Customs. We're using Top Shop out in South Dakota. We're using everybody's cool pieces and parts building these bikes. And as we're doing this interview, I think we're 16 motorcycles behind right now. Not that we're behind, they're all in different stages. If you look behind you, all these bikes are in different stages. And there's deposits and there's money on every single one of them, and it's going good right now.
So it was massive shoes for Steven to try to fill following you in the path of NASCAR. As it flip-flopped, are you now kind of like following him a little bit?
Yeah, because every time the conversation comes up about Southern Country Customs, his name comes up first. It doesn't say, oh, that's Rusty, he's involved in that. It said, that's Steve Wallace, every single time. And so, yeah, I'm kind of following his coattail right now, but hey, that's totally fine. I really enjoy it. I'm glad that he's doing so well, and his work is appreciated throughout the industry. You know, when he was driving the car, he was super fast, he was super controversial. A lot of things were going on. A lot of people liked him, didn't
familiar. I think I know that guy.
A lot of people liked him, and some didn't. You know.
That sounds familiar too.
You know, and in motorcycles, it's like it seems to me like everybody likes him.
Yeah.
And they're all having fun with this thing.
Yeah. Who was the NASCAR guy that you raced with, that you had the most fun riding with, that maybe you wouldn't have had thought that would have happened on the racetrack?
Oh gosh. You know, I've done a couple different things since I got out of the car. You know, we spent a lot of time out in Glamis, California on these sand rails, hanging out with Don Prudhomme, Jeff Gordon, Clint Boyer, Tony Stewart, year after year, Greg Biffle. Year after year we did that. Then of late in the motorcycle stuff, now it's Clint Boyer. Clint's really liking the bikes, and he goes to Sturgis with us every single year. Jimmy John's, the sandwich guy, you know, that's one of our sponsors. Jimmy went out there with us last year. Prudhomme's been here every year. Probably my two all-time favorite people in the world, in the planet, when it comes to racing. It's got to be Don Prudhomme and Walker Evans.
Yeah.
Walker and myself and Snake, we've been going to Sturgis together forever now, it seems like. So those are just wonderful people. But I'd say a NASCAR guy, going back to the original question, it's got to be Boyer, I would say, you know.
You never got to go riding with Dale Sr.
Nope.
Couldn't get him on a bike, right?
Right.
What do you think that would have done? Because you guys had such a great on-the-track rivalry, but you were buddies off, a great friendship. Do you think he would have found something different had he actually taken you up on it?
If he'd have took me up on going to Sturgis for an event, and he took his motorhome out there and he stayed in that, and he went to a lot of these rides we go to and drank some beer like we do and hang out and wear blue jeans and t-shirts every single day, I think he'd have been hooked, and I think he would have really loved it. He just needed to be introduced to it. The only world he really knew was hunting and boating. That was his two big deals, and that is fantastic. And but I'll tell you what, if we'd have got him around probably the same people that he hunts with, those guys are motorcycle enthusiasts. He never got to enjoy that part. But if I would have got him introduced to that, I know I could have hooked him, and I think he would have really liked it.
Yeah. So what do you want to do with this? I mean, Steven's got this thing cranking. Where do you see it headed?
Well, I think we got to learn a lot about this business yet. We're having trouble getting enough pieces and parts. That's what slowed the whole industry down, is, you know, getting wheels, getting paint at a timely fashion, the body painter, that's been a real tough deal. We got beautiful painter, Chris Fox does all our paint work, amazing, but poor guy is so backed up it's unreal. So we got to learn how to do that better. We've got to learn, I don't see myself slowing down and stopping it because I'm having too good a time with it right now. And I find myself personally supporting Steve and Brian, Wade, my partner, and all this stuff. And I think I'm going to let the motorcycle thing just stay going, and I'm going to hang on its coattail. And the thing I'm really going to enjoy is the rallies that we're going to. Like going to Daytona for the rally, going to Sturgis for the rally. I'm going up to Mountain Falls RV Park tomorrow for a big ride of the Tail of the Dragon with a bunch of buddies. Then we'll be back at Daytona. Then we'll be out in Galveston, Texas.
Yeah.
So we're going to do that type of stuff. And while I'm at home messing around, they're going to be down in Myrtle Beach with all the bikes and the trailers and stuff down there. So I think the events are really, really cool, you know. So,
Is there something you would like to do on a motorcycle you've never done yet? And maybe it's not a rally. Maybe it's a ride across a particular part of the country or a different country. Something you've never thought possible when you were a kid that now you could make happen.
You know, you mentioned a ride. I can't, you know, I'm so doggone impatient. I can't see myself just getting on just a regular bike and riding across the country. I like the shorter rides. I like to stop, have lunch. I like to have a beer, you know, after it's all said and done. I like to look at stuff and hang, you know. Before it's just cruising through the rain and the snow and going from one end of the country to the other, that's not me. So I don't see myself doing that. So I'm pretty well accomplished about everything that makes me happy in this business. I just want more of it.
If you had to describe to somebody what Southern Country Customs is, what would you tell them?
It's a high quality custom build shop that's got my name behind it. And then every single piece and part we put on these bikes are the most high quality pieces you ever seen in your life. And we got a lot of passion, man. We got so much passion in this sport, it's unreal. And I want all the builders to like what we're building. I want everybody to get along and be happy, and that's the way it is right now.
How much of what you learned in NASCAR is influencing what you're doing with the bikes?
We couldn't build these bikes the way we build them without NASCAR knowledge. What we taught ourselves in NASCAR when it comes to fit and finish, you know, I couldn't build the quality of stuff that we're building now, or Steven couldn't if we didn't have mentors like Roger Penske. You know, I know the way our Penske stuff looked. It's everything about Penske is high quality, and that's the way these motorcycles are. If I didn't have that mentorship, don't know if it'd turn out like that. I'd have to rely on different people. I think we're able to shortcut this thing because of what we knew from NASCAR. Instead of going through all these different years of learning like a lot of these builders have done, I know what looks good. I know what sounds good. I know what parts to use. I know what pieces to buy. I know what people to hang with and which one not to hang with. So that's helped me a lot.
I'm sure there was a time when Steven was starting his driving career when you were hoping he would be a Cup champion too.
Yeah.
And now you've had this great opportunity to work with him on this. So this is now his passion. This is his career path. As you look at that as a father and you say, now I want what for Steven in the motorcycle world?
I want him to be appreciated as a top builder. I want him to make good money. And right now, what's going on now, it makes his mother so happy. She's got a smile on her face every day. And she loves this motorcycle stuff as much as we do. And she rides with me on the back of the bike almost everywhere I go. And we just have a great time. But I want him to be appreciated for his quality and his talent. He's really matured as an individual. And everybody that walks through that door, they look at Steven and go, wow, that's amazing. The stuff he's putting out is just really something. And so as a father, I'm really, really proud of him.
Well, thanks for joining us, Rusty.
You
Have
bet.
a great time on the next ride.
Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time.
Okay. Thanks for joining us on the GEICO 15-Minute Moto Show. And don't forget, we debut a brand new episode every Monday afternoon right here. We'll see you out on the road.